I'm gonna run back in here because there was an alternate path that I didn't go down. Maybe that'll lead somewhere. Now, where does this go? I really can't wait for later in the game because we will have a chance to come back to these areas. And as you saw, like, there was that one treasure chest I wasn't able to get now. And I always love it in games where you get a chance to revisit old areas with like new abilities and see how things turn out. Man, I really gotta... What? Am I poisoned? Oh, Garrett's poisoned. Okay. It always kind of like startles me whenever that happens. Oh crap, I should have... Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna do this just so I can move this damn thing over here. This damn cart over here. And I'm just gonna switch the track here. Yeah, I really gotta look up how to... the combination to get that avoid synergy, because it's gonna save me a lot of random battles. I mean, I try to fight them where I can, but a lot of times they just don't feel worth it. I mean, you will level up hella by doing it often, by fighting them often, of course, but while recording, it just is a nuisance. I'd rather just do most of that off screen. And this is a mimic, I think. I meant to actually save before I did this. Dang it. Oh well. It's our favorite guy. Let's have fun. Oh man, why did my voice sound all squeaky there? Ah, sound like Fran Drescher. No! Of course, that's what happens. I guess I'll just do this just to be safe, and... What other games do that? I think Pokemon is another game that it lends itself well to going back to old areas and using new abilities that you gained to move forward. And that's something that really can't happen with platformers. So, like, every type of game has their strength, obviously. I don't know. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Uh-oh, okay. I so thought, like, they were gonna die right there. But yeah, every type of game has their strengths, obviously. You know, hell, I mean, as much as I don't care for first-person shooters or shooting games in general, I do get in the mood to play them once in a while. And then, do you ever think about, like, imagine, like, this is really random, and this is, like, bottom-of-the-barrel stuff, honestly. But, like, you ever try to imagine a game in, like, a different genre? Like imagine, like, for example, like a Golden Sun shooter. I mean, you couldn't have a gun, obviously. That wouldn't make any sense. But, like, I don't know, walking around and shooting synergy out of your hands or something. Like, I don't know. I used to think about that kind of stuff as a kid all the time. Like, in fact, I would play some games, like, because, you know, as a kid, like, you couldn't afford many games, so you just kind of play the same ones over and over again. And I would kind of imagine, like, you know, like for example, another example, when, you know, Super Mario Sunshine was announced, but it didn't come out yet. I would play Super Mario 64 pretending that, you know, I was running around with, like, you know, FLUDD and stuff, like, on my back. And I mean, that's not quite what I said, like, in terms of imagining a game in a different genre, but along the same ways of playing a game and thinking about what it's like. Wow, I'm, like, so out of magic. But that's why I kind of appreciate games like Banjo-Tooie, for example. Actually, a lot of N64 games did stuff like that, where... And that's something I wish a lot more games would do nowadays, would bring back, where... If a game's like even a platformer or something like that, still incorporating some elements, like different genre elements, for example. Like, I mean, the most common one nowadays is for whatever reason, a lot of games feel the need to have to implement puzzle elements in there, like Like, oh, to unlock the safe, you have to do like this little puzzle mini game. Spider-Man on the PS4 is the most recent example I can think, where they have like little puzzle mini games and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like I was saying earlier, Banjo-Kazooie, where there was almost like a whole like first-person shooter sub genre of the game, or you know, sub game to it. Yeah, more variety in a game, like, you know, more bang for your buck essentially. The only problem is, I guess that means having to develop a whole new engine, a whole new play style, and it's probably a lot of work. Tony Hawk did that actually too. In the later games, you can pick up a bike and it's basically like a BMX game. But that was more because they also did make, the company did make BMX games too, so I guess it wasn't that big of an issue. But it was still really cool, like being able to drop your skateboard and then pick up a bike, and then now you're playing a totally different game almost. So anyways, back to Golden Sun. I don't know, I really just don't know what to say at this point. Like, I'm just, like, I feel like I'm just kind of playing the game normally. I bet, okay, how about this though? I bet if this game was an anime, I bet if this game did, like, if they did ever make it into an anime, which probably would be my favorite anime, just saying, just outright stating it now. You know, this definitely would be a section where, you know, more character development happens, like, you know, them joking around or getting to know each other a little bit better, you know, things like that. Like, you know, obviously Isaac would have to talk. Like, I know he's doing the whole silent protagonist thing, but he would have to talk in the anime. Like, that's just how it would have to be. Holy crap, this room is so big. Okay, hold on. I gotta look up something real quick. Hold on. Okay, I figured it out. So if I put to Mercury Jin on Isaac, then there it is, the avoid synergy encounters fewer monsters. Finally. Alright, let's put that on. Monsters won't attack so often now. Good. Oh no, he's almost out of synergy. No. That's bad. Alright, well, let's just enjoy it while it lasts, shall we? What? Okay, there we go. But yeah, so obviously for an anime, he'd have to talk. Like, I mean, he could be more like, he could be pretty stoic and not say a lot, but he still would have to talk every so often. Garrett is obviously the more rambunctious one, you know, with the crazy, zany things to say. I don't remember. I only watched a little bit of Avatar, so I don't quite remember everything, but whatever the third guy was, not Aang, not Katara, the other guy, the brother. I keep wanting to say Sasuke, but that's freaking the wrong anime. But him, yeah, he would be like that kind of type, like saying goofy things, eating a lot, or whatever. And Ivan would obviously be like like pretty shy, reserved. The only one that kind of would be an issue that we wouldn't really know how they would be like is Mia. Oh crap, I just realized there was a treasure chest down there. Hold on, let's see if it's even worth it to get. Yeah, like if Mia was like what kind of personality types does she have? I mean, she also seems pretty quiet and reserved too, but like, I mean, that already kind of like, okay, like here we go. I'm gonna invent Mia's personality type for this anime. Apparently, I'm working on this game. Her personality type would be more like, yeah, I mean, think about it. She's been in the town of Emil her whole life. You know, she's just been a healer. So perhaps she can have like the personality type where, yeah, she does start out kind of like reserved and quiet, but then adventuring and traveling kind of like, you know, changes her a little bit. Not like to be as crazy or wild or something, but you know, broadens her horizon, so to speak. Ooh, I'm so glad I came back to get this. The dragon shield. I totally forgot about this thing. See, this is exactly why I didn't want to spend a lot of money on those shields. I knew something was going to come up eventually. That's really good. Who deserves it more? Well, who has more HP actually? Okay, Garrett does. I'll give it to Isaac. He needs it more. And I guess I'll just take the sleep bomb, I guess. Perfect. What is that? Okay. I'm really glad I got that. What did it say? What was the use effect? Oh, resist fire. Nice. So I'm really glad I came back for that. But yeah, so she would have that kind of that personality type where, you know, she, you know, starts off shy and reserved and yeah, opens up more. And so like, you know, in this episode, you know, they'd be exploring the dungeon, and, you know, Ivan probably steps like off, you know, he almost falls off a cliff and Garrett reaches over and grabs him. And honestly, like, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but like, I always did kind of ship, like, you know, when I played this game a bunch, I always did ship kind of Isaac and Mia together. But there's honestly no basis for it. Like, Mia doesn't, in fact, in this whole series, she never really shows any romantic interest in anyone, which I'm not saying she has to, but I don't know. I guess I just thought she'd be, you know, because he's the main guy, that's the girl. Like, that's typically how it goes, especially in most mediums. But not really this game. They don't end up together, as far as I know. But let's just pretend that they had, like, maybe a one-night fling. Oh, what is this? What am I talking about? What is this? Like a, you know, wow, I can't remember the sitcom, romantic comedy. There we go. Jeez. My brain is completely fried right now. I got more involved thinking about my fake anime than I can anything else. Alright. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna have Isaac stop using Ragnarok for a bit. It's really strong, but he can't really spare the synergy, so we'll have, let's see, I guess we'll just go about our normal way of doing things. Wow, we like leveled up like how many times already? Like 3 times? I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's just like, dang. And when I say 3 times, I mean like everyone, you know, everyone leveled up that much. The only problem is that when you move your Jin back to where it is, I mean, I lost the avoid synergy, so that's kind of the only nuisance, but at the same time, it's, if it means having to fight less enemies, then I'll gladly take it. So, wait, actually, why did I do that? I could just retreat. Because I don't think there was anything else for me to get here. Well, I'll be back anyway. We'll be back. I don't know if that's the last monster. That might be. Oh no, there's one more cave to explore. The waters have flushed out tons of rock from the mine. Maybe we'll find some gems and ore we've never seen before. Was that intentional? Were you trying to rhyme? Let's see what your mind says. It'll be better than digging up more of those darned ancient relics. Wow. All that stuff. Who cares about stuff in the museums? Whatever. The good news is also in the last part, I found out the combination for the avoid synergy. Meaning we're going to be running into much less battles. I mean, we seem to be leveling up just fine, honestly, so I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. And it's kind of, what was I going to say? I actually had something I wanted to say, now I cannot remember it for the life of me. I was going to say, like, I know, like, it's been kind of repetitive because we've fought the same enemy 4 times. But like when you're playing the game, like, oh wait, this is a mimic, isn't it? I know it's just lucky metal. when you're playing the game just alone, like, it really isn't that big of an issue. In fact, I personally have found it more better to fight the same enemies over and over again, only because, like, you know, you're kind of thinking like, oh, well, I was able to beat them before, so I can beat them again, which means free experience. So a lot of times it's a good thing. While just like when I was playing this game for myself the first time, it was never a bad thing. It was just like, oh, okay, like it's just another one. Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. We got another Jin right there. I totally forgot there was one down here. So yeah, I've never personally found an issue with the same enemies repeating themselves. I know some people have issues with that because it feels repetitive. I can kind of see that, and especially in terms of a let's play or a playthrough, like, yeah, it does look like kind of, you know, it does look kind of boring, but at the same time, like, games are never, I feel like if you design a game that's meant to be like streamed, like, how do I put this in the right way? I would say you shouldn't judge a game based on its let's play ability. If that makes sense, you know. The games are meant to be fun. They're meant to be, you know, enjoyable. You know, in the case of RPGs, feeling a sense of progression, you know, things like that. And it's like, who cares if, yeah, who cares if it doesn't look fun to play? Like, it actually is fun to play. It's just like this game, for example, like streaming wasn't even a thing. Hell, YouTube wasn't even a thing when this game came out. So, you know, yeah, is there a few maybe like less exciting parts? You know, like, but at the same time, like, as I always say, this game's meant to be played like when you're on the, you know, the toilet or in the doctor's office or something. I don't know why I keep saying doctor's office. Just because one time I did it, like, one time I went with my mom to the doctor's and I just remember playing this game, like, just really stuck out to me. But a lot of times I also feel it's the person's ability to keep things interesting. So, you know, basically what I don't have. Alright, I don't think I have to battle this one, because you had to get it by solving a puzzle. Nope, it's you gotta battle. So, let's see. Oh, crap. So, as you can see, we got a bunch of different abilities on Isaac now because I have different Jin with me, and it kind of like mixes things up. So I guess it'll be a good time to show off like some unique kind of Jin. So let's take a look at Briar. So we'll do that, Joey, and then wait, I forgot Isaac's the one that has Mist, so we're gonna actually put the foe to sleep, and then just basically do everything I was doing. Let's see. Oh, okay, let's take a look at this ability, Froth Sphere. Yeah, let's just do it. And I was waiting for a moment like this, actually, and I'm glad it happened pretty naturally to show off, like, wow, that must hurt. Show off, like, these unique synergies, because most of the time, myself included, people just play with the Jin attached to the person they belong to, and that's honestly the most effective way to do it. Yes. That's the most effective way to play the game, but another game I said before this game's replayable is because, you know, you can mix and match Jin, which we're seeing a little bit here now. I'll just attack. And we're definitely going to do more of it later because, you know, it'll be new for me to do. I guess let's try Mad Growth, see how that looks. Man, it's still asleep. Well, I guess it's a good chance for us to look at Cutting Edge. I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like. Hopefully we get a chance to use it. And then we can use Dallas, I guess, just to show it off, because I don't think I've ever did show it. Oh, I guess never mind. Bump that idea. Ah, cold water cascading all over me. The Mercury Water Jin joined Isaac. We're actually going to set that over to Mia, just to kind of keep some things in order. And then I should probably heal. Perfect. I mean, we're not at full health, but it's good enough. And I guess I'll give a little spoiler for later that, like... No, actually, no, I don't want to give a spoiler. Never mind. You guys are gonna yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, I probably should have done it now, because it would have been a little bit more interesting, but... Oh, well. Hindsight is 20/20, right? But this should be the last one if we're able to find it soon. How deep is this cave? Also, how are these torches lit? I just realized, how are these torches lit if this cave was flooded? This game makes no sense. Actually, you know what? It is kind of interesting there's not like a flash energy, like one that lights up like an area. Oh, this is one of the fun parts of the game here. Watch for falling rocks. Do not strike the wall. Rocks may fall. So I guess what we're gonna do, folks. We're gonna Indiana Jones it. Man, this must be pretty traumatic for Isaac, actually. I mean, his dad died from falling rock. Isaac's just like, aw, I knew I shouldn't have done that. And as usual, you hear the roar of the beast down there.